Coleman Stinson, who had 2 kick returns for scores a year ago. Rory Bell will kick it away for the guys in the cherry pants and white jerseys. And Stinson signals for the fair catch. And here is a young man from Fairhope, Alabama, who turns 20 in 11 days, Roddy, and it's going to be coming at him fast here in a minute.
It certainly will be, and the emotions that we talked to him about yesterday are what I'm looking forward to seeing him manage. This is a guy who's played in 7 games, started against Virginia Tech a year ago, struggled a little bit, 7 for 16 in that game, but he's an excellent athlete, claims to be the best basketball player on the team. But you'll see him run, and he's kind of got that mentality as a quarterback where he's not afraid to lower his head. So I'm interested to see just how the emotions will help him there.
Started against Virginia Tech last November, so Riley Leonard with 3 receivers to the left and a quick throw, and this is Calhoun. Jalon makes a move for 5 and has 6, almost 7 on the first play of the game.
I think number 5 is going to get the ball obviously early, but certainly often. Just a little now screen, good blocking on the perimeter, good gain on first down.
Yep, Duke a little hurry up here, and we get a flag and procedure on the Blue Devils before they can hand the ball to Jalon Coleman.
False start, offense, number 62, 5-yard penalty, it's 2nd down.
That is Nate Black, the referee from the American. So we have an American officiating crew. Of course, that's where Temple participates in a ACC replay booth here tonight at Wallace Wade Stadium. 45-year-old Mike Elko. First penalty of the ball game on his club. 2nd and long. And this is Coleman breaking free. Took the umpire down and crosses the 45. Elijah Clark makes the stop on Jalon Coleman, who a year ago, Roddy, carried it 11 times for an average of 1.3.
How about the umpire catching a little bit of a stray there? It's a really nice play design. We saw a lot of that yesterday. Same side counter. Running back goes to the quarterback and the retreats to the same side. He's got a couple pullers in front.
So Coleman with a run of 20 and a first down for the Blue Devils. Leonard on the move. Looping it, caught, and this is Moore. First touch of the night for Moore. 15, 10, tracked down at the 1 by McMurray.
Jordan Moore was battling for the quarterback position, goes out to wide receiver, and he started making plays like this. He's now a receiver, Wes, and that's why.
This is Coleman straight ahead. Temple trying to rally to the football, and they shut the door. McGee, the linebacker, wearing one of those hallowed single digits for the Owls. Number 6 makes the play.
And what we just saw from both Jalon Coleman and from Jordan Moore is exactly what Duke needs this season. This was the worst team in the conference last year in producing explosive plays. They've already had 2 on this drive.
2nd down and goal at the 1. Couldn't ask for a better start for Mike Elko, but you know they want the touchdown here. Quick toss into the boundary. Coleman, touchdown.
I gotta say, Wes, I absolutely love this play down on the goal line. One of the most underutilized plays in all of football. Jalon Coleman completes an excellent first drive for the Duke Blue Devils.
That took Mike Elko 2 minutes to get his first touchdown. This is Charlie Ham for the point. And it is 7-0 Duke in 2:03 of the Mike Elko era.
Well, you get the back off set, blockers out in front, the defense doesn't adjust, and it's an easy walk-in for Jalon Coleman. It's a great job with the guys out front of just getting a hat on a hat, and Jalon Coleman has the easy part. And then Jordan Moore is coming across the formation. He's lined up right behind the right guard in motion. Looks like he's going to the flat, turns up on the wheel route, makes a couple guys miss, and it is a massive play for the Duke Blue Devils. They did a great job on that drive of finding their playmakers. Jalon Calhoun touched the ball. Obviously, Jalen Coleman had an impact. But then Jordan Moore, you could see that Kevin Johns on the opening script wanted to make sure his playmakers touched the football.
Here's the other thing, too, a little confidence for Riley Leonard.
Yeah, easy throws. Remember, the first pass was a little now screen.
Yep.
Get a completion, see it in your receiver's hands, and then that wheel, that's an easy pitch and catch. Of course, that's easy for me to say. Easy pitch and catch down the field for a quarterback.
Ahmad Anderson wears 15. He's deep for the Owls. A year ago, averaged about 20.5 yards a return. He's going to let this hit, and Temple is going to scrimmage from its 25. And when Danny Langsdorf's offense takes the field here in a moment for Stan Drayton, we're going to get a look at 6'6" redshirt sophomore DeJuan Mathis from Oak Park, Michigan. And Roddy told you at the top, he started Georgia's opener 2 years ago at Arkansas. And then ultimately gave way in the quarterback parade and transferred out of the program a year ago. You know what? He had ball games of 322 yards and 3 scores in the win against Memphis. That's Anderson in motion. And he's got it on the sweep, and Duke rallies to the football. Dorian Mausi led the charge from his linebacking spot.
It's a really good opening play for Duke, but DeJuan Mathis, I mean, this was a guy that has multiple times been involved in quarterback battles. That season at Georgia, remember, he's battling with Stetson Bennett and JT Daniels, now a national championship winning quarterback. And JT Daniels, who we saw last night, was fantastic. He has the physical ability that matches anybody in the country. The question is, can he unlock it?
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Sadie is the running back. Mathis wants to shoot it across the middle. And that is Barbone the catch. And he is knocked down right away by Brandon Johnson, making his second start tonight. 8-yard play. It'll be 3rd and short for a Temple offense a year ago, Roddy, that was 128th in the country on 3rd down at under 29%.
It's only 131 teams. This isn't basketball where you got another 200 teams behind you. This was one of the worst teams in the country, but they're in a 3rd and short. Got a lot of the playbook available to you. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw DeJuan Mathis tuck it and run as well.
Jakari Norwood, transfer from Illinois. You see him leaving the formation to the slot on the left side. Anderson in motion. They fumble the ball. Mathis is going to fall on it before Duke can cover it. Hayward was the closest Blue Devil there, and Temple's going to go 3 and out on their opening possession.
That's frustrating because I think they had the play, Wes. It's going to be just a little zone read. Defensive end bites. They were reading R.J. Oben. He's all the way down inside. Looked like he could have handed it or kept it and probably had an opportunity to get the 1st down.
Mackenzie Morgan, who started his college career at NC State, went to Sacred Heart and also Weber State before just coming to Philadelphia right as camp began in August. Is the Temple punter. And he'll drive this toward Calhoun, who juggles it and falls on it back at the 27.5-yard line. Well, the Blue Devils couldn't have asked for a better start. Only took like the start, and they should. 5 plays, 75 yards. Duke in front 7-0. Defense, an Elko tradition, holds Temple to 3 and out. And here's Riley Leonard's second possession, starting with a throw here into the near side. That's Eli Pancole, and he's helped out at the 36-yard line. Riley Leonard getting the Blue Devils on the line here. And we got flags, and this is interesting that we're seeing kind of the up-tempo stuff here early, Roddy, right?
Number 71.
Well, it's the second time they've tried to go tempo after a 1st down play and been called for a false start, so maybe I may need to slow it down just a touch.
But in our conversation with Kevin Johns yesterday, we asked about tempo because you had seen him at Memphis, right?
Yeah.
And you knew tempo was kind of in the arsenal here, but I wasn't sure we were going to see it this fast. After the penalty, 2nd down, and this is Jaquez Moore, sophomore from Live Oak, Florida. And it'll be third down. First time we've seen Duke to a third down. A year ago, they were 5th in the ACC and 46th nationally at 42.4%. Temple had a problem, though. They were in the bottom 30 of college football. Opponents hit 42% of their third downs against the Owls.
You've got Jordan Moore and Jalon Calhoun both in that trip set, that bunch set to the top.
Now Dalmolin, the tight end's the third guy, and here's Leonard to throw. Riley bails here for the near side, and he'll be shoved out at the 36. Nice closing speed there by Jalen McMurray, the corner.
Based on us talking to Riley Leonard yesterday and what Kevin John said, I'm a little surprised he ducked out of bounds there. I thought he was going to lower his head and power forward for the first down. Probably would have had a chance to get it, but makes the safe quarterback decision, gets out of bounds, and now Duke's going to have to punt.
Yeah, Porter Wilson will punt it away for the Blue Devils.
I think Mike Elko was expecting Riley Leonard to lower his head and get the first down, too.
Wilson a year ago averaged just less than 45 yards a punt. Ahmad Anderson averaged 7.5 yards a return. He's deep for the Owls. And he will play from inside the 10 at the 9. Trying to find the far side, and the Blue Devils rally from both sides. Shaka Hayward was kind of the initial guy in pursuit, but Jalen Stinson did a beautiful job closing. 54-yard punt, not much of a return in Durham.
On season 5 of Fansville.
Nice.
What?
With the game time.
That people are getting behind Mike Elko in his first season.
Yep.
Pretty decent, especially the students. Good turnout.
Shotgun set. Sadie, the running back, with DeJuan Mathis, and we get a look at Edward Sadie for the first time tonight. He'll pick up 6 to the 15 before gain of 6, so we're looking at 2nd and 4 here for Mathis. And that is trouble for Sadie. Dwayne Carter, who does a lot of things well, particularly tackle the ball carrier.
Yes, he does. Like Duke had the perfect call on. He was slanting that way, able to split the offensive lineman, get in the backfield and set up a 3rd and long for DeJuan Mathis in this Temple offense.
The old defensive coordinator turned head coach probably likes that one, huh?
Yeah, I would say so.
Norwood checks in. He's with Mathis. 3rd down and long, 11 for the Owls. Out into the flat off the hands of Norwood, who had Shaka Hayward tracing him. 3 and out in their first 2 offensive possessions for Temple.
And that 3rd down was destined for failure. Rob Smith, the defensive coordinator for Duke, had the perfect call on. It looked like it was going to be some sort of zone pressure. It ends up being cover 2 man underneath. So Shaka Hayward's chasing the running back, who's going to be able to tackle him no matter what.
Jalon Calhoun stands near midfield. Temple's got 3 gunners, Roddy, to the field here. Mackenzie Morgan, the punter. 1 step, drives it away toward Calhoun. And a fair catch called and performed by Calhoun. 43-yard punt by Morgan. Duke 7, Temple nothing in Durham.
You'd do anything to give her everything.
Early 7-0 lead and strong showings from starting quarterback Riley Leonard so far. Now the coach has obviously told us composure and leadership is what won him the starting job, and I've seen that firsthand down here on the sidelines. Guys really stepping up as a leader and really showcasing his ability to do that early.
Well, Leonard is perfect throwing it, 3 for 3, 67 yards. They start at midfield, and Jordan Waters, the first guy through on the carry. And he will get 5, paid the price. Trey Thomas, the linebacker, who transferred from Independence Community College, makes the tackle.
How about the contact that Jordan Waters took? I mean, he probably took that first hit, a yard past the line of scrimmage, was able to gain 5. It was a good physical run.
Straight ahead, here goes Waters again. Wow. Drops his shoulder on Alex Odom, the safety, for the first down. Duke's got 104 yards of offense, Roddy.
It was a great first drive, and really they've been their own worst enemy with the false start penalties. Kevin Johns has this Duke offense in a rhythm early.
Play clock winding down toward 15. I thought Duke was getting ready to make a change here. Leonard bringing Calhoun in motion. Looking to throw on first down, and beyond the reach of Calhoun, a flag has come down. Dominique Hill was in coverage, transfer from South Carolina. Let's see what we have here.
Holding. Defense. Number 21. 10-yard penalty.
It is a
and an
hold
automatic.
on Dominique Hill.
Well, it's a double move by Jalon Calhoun. After the motion to condense the split, give him a little bit more room. Fakes like he's going to the inside, comes back to the outside, and all Dominique Hill could do is grab him. It's probably wise. I think Jalon Calhoun had gotten a free release to the corner. He'd have caught that and gone to the house.
Samir Hagans, sophomore from Philadelphia, to the boundary side for Duke here on 1st and 10. Leonard going to handle Waters, trying to get to the left side, and the run through by McGee, the linebacker. Terrific play for the Owls there.
Could really see the closing speed by Jordan McGee. He's right there in the middle of your screen now. He sees it, diagnoses it, and just explodes through and finishes the tackle.
Loss of 1 on the play, and you get a look at Jordan McGee wearing the single digit. That's a proud tradition at Temple that has been embraced by Stan Drake. Leonard will sidearm action. Dalmolin, the tight end, and a play in space handled nicely. And it looked like it was Kalen Scott or Brennan Scott, senior or sophomore safety, who made the play. Number 26 for the Owls.
Oh, Riley Leonard showing off the different arm angle, going sidearm there.
Yep.
To the field. Another bunch formation for Duke.
Yep, 3rd and 6 here. Pressure coming from the Owls. Little crossing route. Calhoun, first down. Inside the 20, trying to fight for a yard or two more to the 17. Odom and Darraville make the stop for Temple here after a 9-yard gain, Roddy.
It's a great play design. Watch Nicky Dalmolin, 81, pushing up the field. He kind of screens both guys. Jalon Calhoun with great patience on the route, letting it set up. Dalmolin get down the field to shield his guy. It's an easy pickup on 3rd down.
Hagans, Robertson, and Calhoun to the left. Dalmolin, the tight end, to the right here, and Leonard on a fresh set of downs will keep it. We watch Riley run it for the first time, and he will squeeze for about 5, maybe 6 yards on 1st down. Thomas again, the stop for Temple here.
Well, Kevin Johns told us that sometimes Riley Leonard, to get him in the game, you got to get him hit a little bit. It's a nice play by Trey Thomas, who actually defeated the block of Dalmolin. If Dalmolin's able to reach him there, then it's a much bigger game. It's a good play by Trey Thomas. And all right, now Riley Leonard's in the game a little bit. It's got a little bit of contact.
Jalen Coleman, who's got the touchdown for Duke, back in the ball game with Leonard on 2nd down. And Coleman bites off a couple of yards to the 10, so 3rd and 2.5. The next snap. Thomas, another tackle from the linebacking spot.
So we've twice seen Duke go to that bunch trips formation to the field on 3rd down. Going away from it here, but you've got Jordan Moore and Jalon Calhoun both on the field at the same time.
Same side, right?
Yep.
And Dalmolin shading that way as well. And whoa, Leonard going to take a big lick, because busting through was Leighton Jordan, the linebacker, from the field side of the play. That's well done by Temple defensively.
It was. They're trying to run a quarterback counter. The guard trips. I'm not sure he'd have had a shot to get to Leighton Jordan anyway, who was coming off the edge. Just a really good defensive play call against the offensive play that you were trying to run. Temple able to get off the field on 3rd down.
Right at about 30 yards for Charlie Ham, who made his last 4 of a season ago and 5 of his last 6. And he'll try and extend the Duke lead to double figures here. And Ham is perfect from 30 yards. So a 10-0 lead now for Mike Elko in his debut, and Stan Drayton's offense trying to pick things up. But Elko is here because Daniel Jones, 2018, ends up being a high pick of the New York Giants out of the 2018 season. And then, Roddy, the slide kind of begins at the end of the David Cutcliffe era.
It does, and it happened on both sides of the ball. I mean, that 2018 season, you had a first-round quarterback and you had a defense that was pretty good. The quarterback play after that year just had not been good, and the defense significantly regressed from where they were. Hence, Mike Elko comes in, brings in new blood. But remember, this is a Duke team that won the Coastal less than a decade ago. So they've had recent success, and Mike Elko believes that he can get them back to that point where they're competing at the top of the division.
So a 29-yard field goal by Ham makes it 10-0, Taylor. Here is Anderson. He's going to touch a knee. I thought for a moment Ahmad Anderson was bringing it out of there, Taylor.
I did as well, Wes. Like the coaches told us this week, Wes, it's really more than a revamp. It feels like a rebirth for this football program, and they've adopted the mantra GRIND. It's an acronym for grit, relentless effort, integrity, living in the now, and dependability. The players told me in the past they've been a little conservative, but Coach Elko and staff want to build this into an aggressive, in-your-face brand of football, and they all felt like it was going to start tonight.
Well, it is just one piece of kind of all the new, Roddy, and a lot of new at Temple, too. That's what makes the game this big bag of unknown when we got here tonight in many ways. Darvon Hubbard is the running back. Here's Mathis on his third series, and a catch by Anderson. And I think they'll measure him toward the 30 for a gain of 5 on first down. But Mike Elko's on-field new, all the staff, all the things there, strength and conditioning. We heard so very much coming in about David Feely, the strength and conditioning coach. Players talked about him continuously in terms of this improvement. Here is Hubbard trying to break free. A flag is thrown in as the Texas A&M transfer breaks the 35 for a first down. Cam Dillon, the tackle. We'll see if it stands.
Holding. Offense. Number 63. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Sounded like they got number 63, Isaac Moore, the big tackle. Yeah, it's a hold on Vincent Anthony, the freshman, the 6'6", 240-pound defensive end that they're excited about. Right there at the point of attack. Weren't going to get away with that.
2nd and 15. Anthony, 19 in the blue, is a youngster they are very excited about here. Again, they try and run it straight ahead with Hubbard, and Duke does a great job. Hayward leads the tackle parade for Elko's Blue Devils.
Yeah, but you have to give a lot of credit to Aeneas Peebles right there in the middle, number 92, who held the point, really drove the offensive lineman back into the backfield, really mucked it up for the running back. Couldn't get a read. It's a great play by the defensive tackle. They don't always get the stats, Wes, but they do the dirty work, and he did it there.
Sadie back in the ball game for 3rd and 14. Final 75 seconds of period 1 here at Wallace Wade Stadium. Mathis bails to his right. Hayward chased him, throws across his body. Barbone the catch, and he will be taken out of bounds about 2 yards shy of the first down by Joshua Pickett.
How about the closing speed by Pickett? Barbone had a step on him. You're going to see him come across formation. Barbone's got a couple of yards, but Pickett doesn't give up, secures the tackle around the waist, and slings him down. Temple's leaving that offense on the field. They haven't been able to get much going offensively. Clock's winding down, but they're going to have to make a decision here. They're not going to get bailed out by the end of quarter.
Nope. And they got timeouts if they want them, but they got 10 seconds on the play clock. And 15-second differential on the game clock. And there is the timeout. So Stan Drayton, 51 years of age, grew up in Cleveland. We found out this week he was known for the Allegheny Gators, a Division III program, as the Bottle Rocket. And Taylor, here's the story. We got it pregame. Apparently he ran the 60 meters indoors at Division III Allegheny, and they went to Notre Dame, and he was in a 60-meter heat, and he fired off on the first heat of the 60 meters, and a couple lanes over was Rocket Ishmael. And Drayton got off to this unbelievable start, and then Ishmael passed him, but he led for like 25, 30 meters. And so the bottle rocket was born. Who lost to the Rocket? Jalon Calhoun waits on the punt of Mackenzie Morgan. McElwain, the long snapper, and the play clock expires.
Kicking team. 5-yard penalty. It's fourth down.
Resumption of play.
I mean, coming out of a timeout, you can't have a delay a game coming out of a timeout. Well, I'm not really sure what they were waiting on to snap that ball. Stan Drayton visibly frustrated, but you're giving away yardage.
Yep.
And Duke was in punt safe. Now you allow them to either get a block or a return set up.
And Temple's got 3 guys again to the bottom of the field here, the bottom of the formation. And here's Morgan, thought about it, now gonna rugby kick it downfield. Calhoun gonna run over, but the Owls will touch it inside the 30 at the 28 with just 9 seconds to go in this first period.
This game has been about the Blue Devils, and their first drive was excellent. A quick throw out to Jalon Calhoun, got him going. And then it was a big run of 20 yards by Jalen Coleman right up the middle. Riley Leonard completes it downfield to Jordan Moore, got him inside the 10. That a catch of 52 yards for the former quarterback, who showed his elusiveness and his explosiveness. And then Jalen Coleman finishes it with a couple-yard plunge into the end zone. That first drive was methodical, almost surgical for Duke. Haven't quite captured the same magic since.
But enough to lead 10-0 here. Likely final play of the first period. Leonard on the play fake, and he fit it nicely to Jordan Moore in front of the Blue Devil bench, Roddy. That's a tough throw.
Well, it's a tough throw. You get it over the linebacker, down to Jordan Moore in time. Nice completion for the last play of the first quarter.
So 15 minutes in the book. Mike Elko's got to be pleased with the opening quarter. His quarterback.
Despite the challenge, all you gotta do, feeling blessed.
Riley Leonard and Duke on the march here as we start period 2. And coming here to the near side is Jalon Coleman, who's got the Duke touchdown, and he'll pick up the first down.
Get a couple of pullers out front. One was actually taken out by a defensive tackle, but watch the play side tackle and Jacob Monk, the center, get out there in front of Jalon Coleman. Get a first down.
Jacob Monk comes into the ball game. 2,400 career snaps in Durham. Leonard in the pocket, now to his left, got a lot of grass in front. He'll get the first down. Out of bounds he goes at the Temple 47. Elijah Clark, the corner, angled him out. 13-yard run.
Looked like they wanted to take a shot downfield. It's a wise decision by Riley Leonard. Sees the green grass and takes off. And a wise decision not to force the ball down the field, too.
Doing a pretty good job managing this thing.
He has. I mean, he's been very accurate in the short game. We haven't seen him take any shots down the field. But you're right, the management of it has been very good.
Off the 47. That's Calhoun in motion. Leonard looks to throw again. And looks for Calhoun. 20, and tackled at the 16-yard line. Jordan, the outside linebacker, in a mismatch with Jalon Calhoun.
Calhoun comes across in motion. And again, slow rail route up the sideline. It's a heck of a throw, too, by Riley Leonard. He put some zip on that one right on the face mask of Jalon Calhoun.
32-yard throw to Calhoun. That's his second catch of the night, or third catch of the night for 48 yards. Leonard handing to Coleman, going to right side. And stacked up after a gain of 5. McIntyre was out in front, but Jordan made the tackle for Temple.
Maurice McIntyre got himself a pancake out there. I think it was a DB that came up to take on Big 71, and let's just say big fish eats little fish on that one.
So 2nd and 5 at the 10. And Leonard and the Blue Devils back in the red zone here. Where they are 2 for 2 scoring. Looking to throw with time, crossing route. That's Moore. And inside to the 5, it'll be 1st and goal. Pankow 6, not Moore 8, the catch for the Blue Devils.
Going over the middle, securing the ball. And Riley Leonard, the ball placement there is excellent. It's down in his receiver's gut where he can catch it, absorb the contact.
8 for 8 now is Riley Leonard in the ball game.
Cooking, Wes.
Yep, 119 yards. Tight end, bottom of the formations, Dalmola. That's Calhoun in motion to the boundary. Leonard looks, slips it, caught, touchdown Duke. Jordan Moore.
Wes, I've really liked the plan that Kevin Johns came in with, using formations, motions to create opportunities for his playmakers, but also to create pretty easy reads by Riley Leonard. And that right there just showed maturity. Climbing in the pocket, it's not an entirely clean pocket, but finds the spaces, dumps it off, and gets the ball in the end zone.
7 plays, 72 yards in just better than 3 minutes. Charlie Ham to try and make it 17-0, and he does.
Riley Leonard still perfect.
Guys, I think talk about it at different times. You have one chance to make a first impression, right? And this Labor Day weekend, for the last 6 years, the ACC's had games from Thursday to Monday. It's a great spot with some tremendous matchups. So you want to win as many of those games as you can. It starts to set the narrative a little bit, fairly or unfairly. That's just how the sports world goes. So you want to get off to a good start, and we certainly are.
Well, you've talked about football, the value and the premium that the sport brings to the table. We all know where it's gone in the American sporting landscape the last couple of years. That's what makes these ball games, the non-conference games especially, early in the year so valuable and so important.
No question. We're willing to play anyone at any time, right? And playing all types of different conferences, and we're going to continue that as we build football in the ACC.
Good. We're going to keep you here a few minutes. Mathis sacked a moment ago, now throwing on 2nd down. And a great catch. Temple makes the grab. The grab was Adonicus Sanders, the transfer of Georgia Tech, right in front of the Duke bench.
It's a good throw by Dwan Mathis. Rolling to his right, puts it right on Sanders, but catching it through the contact by Adonicus Sanders was really impressive.
So here is 3rd down and a half dozen for Mathis and Temple. They have missed on their 3 previous 3rd down tries. Hubbard is the running back here, and that's Anderson in motion. They'll hand it to him on the sweep, trying to get the corner turned, and he will have the Temple 1st down. Out at the 40-yard line, Roddy.
Yeah, there's a good play by Temple, but Commissioner, when you look at a year like this, I mean, you said it's you only get one chance to make a first impression. The ACC, with all the quarterbacks back, 5 teams in the top 25, it feels like there's a lot of expectations for the league from your seat. And what do you think that can do if the league is indeed able to make a statement in the first few weeks of the season?
Yeah, I think it changes the narrative a little bit, and I think we get people sleep on us a little bit, I guess is how I would term it. I mean, 5 in the top 25. We've had 8 participants in 9 years in the CFP. We have a really good brand of football, but to change the narrative, you got to win some games, and you got to win the games that people are paying attention to. And the non-conference seasons allow you that opportunity. And again, as I was saying earlier, I love how we're trying to schedule, and programs are at different levels of success across our 14 schools. So if you're at one of the higher end and have had success, you're really competing at the highest level with your non-conference schedule. Some in the middle, or those are just kind of taking over. You kind of ebb and flow depending on where your program is at. But you got to get ready for the 8-game gauntlet, right, as the ACC. And as I look at this year, as you have talked about here, anyone can win, right? It's the last time we're going to have divisions before we go to a one-division, set up next year, which will be great. One of the terrific things about that, Roddy, is every student athlete over a 4-year period is going to play every school home and away. And then it'll also help us set up for CFP and trying to get your 2 best teams in Charlotte for the ACC championship.
Well, you brought up CFP. It's obviously come out that the presidents and chancellors have voted for college football playoff expansion. You in your seat, you were vocally against it previously. How did that develop where it's now going to be a part of college football going forward?
Well, I would just say this. The ACC's always been for expansion, but what we wanted was a 365-day calendar review for football, health and safety, where are we going to play these games, over what period of time, and we've done that over the last 6 months. I will tell you, I'm really proud of the work that the 10 FBS conferences have done together with Notre Dame. We've had multiple meetings on this 365-day calendar. It's moving along. It's not quite done, but it's way down the road, and this has been something that we have worked collaboratively with, and it's really important for you being a former football student athlete in our league. I think you understand you're going to have finals, right? Reading week, right? When does camp start, right? All that stuff. And how does that affect you throughout the course of a long season? So just feeling really good about it. And I'm glad that we've gotten some clarity about what we're going to do with 26 and beyond. And if we can work and get some of these things wrapped up, we may be able to expand a little bit sooner.
Yeah. I think the other thing, too, is tip of the cap to Jim Clements, the president of Clemson. Marvelous job on that management council representing the ACC's interest, and then lockstep with you on the business side that I know you and your colleagues will address next week in Dallas.
No question. You said it well. Jim Clements, just a tremendous leader at Clemson. He has been our voice on that board of managers. He indicated to those other presidents where we were in January and February, and we got to work, and he feels really good. Our board feels really good. We had a meeting this week on it, and our board's super supportive. I know the coaches are excited, the student athletes are excited, more opportunities to play in the college football national championship.
Well, here's the punt by Temple, another defensive stand by Duke. All right, you've set out a big blueprint this weekend. We expect full execution here, okay?
Got it.
Good to see you.
Great to see you guys.
Thank
Appreciate your good work. It's going to be a great year for ACC football.
Jim Phillips joining us here at Duke. Blue Devils lead 17-0.
It's true. Everyone gets a free new sandwich.
Let's feel big. Conference game week 1. Let's go.
Ball off the 14. Leonard, nice little play fake. And here's the catch to Cole Finney, the redshirt sophomore at tight end. In his 16th career game. 5 catches a year ago for Big Finney.
This has been about as good a start as you could have wanted if you were a Duke fan. The defense has absolutely been pretty much dominant against that Temple offense. And then offensively, there's just been such a rhythm. Riley Leonard seems like he's in complete control. Ball hasn't hit the ground once.
Yeah, it's been a sparkling debut for the young man from Fairhope, Alabama. Play fake to Moore and a throw across the middle, and here is Samir Hagans. His name came up, Roddy and Taylor, a lot more in conversation than I think people outside the Duke program would have suspected.
He's a guy that had 1 catch a year ago, and unsolicited, Kevin Johns brought his name up as one of the fastest receivers, said he was one of their 2 or 3 best guys coming out of camp. Then we talked to Riley Leonard. Riley Leonard said the exact same thing. Again, unsolicited.
Yep.
Just who's a guy that you're excited about seeing? Samir Hagans was that name.
Yep. So Leonard and the Blue Devils on the march. He's got 156 on 11 for 11. Now looking 12 of 12, and the tight end Finney again. First down inside the 40 to the Temple 39 before Darrowville makes the tackle.
A tight end pop pass. Play fake to the running back. You got Finney right up the seam. The thing about these passes, he's not just completing passes, he's putting it right on guys. Like this right on the face mask every time. The only one that's been a little bit off was the one to Moore, where he was climbing in the pocket and just kind of has to dump it off, but still very catchable. But impressed with the accuracy.
Off the 39. Leonard looking, going to take the shot. This is Higgins, caught in stride. Touchdown, Duke. Poured it in right over the top of Elijah Clark to Samir Higgins.
Get press coverage, you beat it immediately, and then it's just speed. And by the way, that's dropping it in the bucket. An excellent throw by Riley Leonard to complete a great release by Samir Higgins. That route was won in the first half second by beating the press and getting up the sideline.
Riley Leonard is having a half.
Is he real? Is he ever?
215 yards, 13. This is some kind of dime from Riley Leonard.
His 13th completion out of 13 attempts, may be the most beautiful one, and Riley Leonard fired up. Duke fans, get used to the name.
Philadelphia against the hometown team. There's Charlie Ham to kick it away. And Anderson going to bring it out. Ahmad Anderson 10, 15, and spun around shy of the 20 on the kick cover from Ryan Smith. Well, by the way, I like the Elko hoodie with the white helmet, Roddy.
It's a good look right there.
It's sharp. I like that look. Riley Leonard is having a night, and Mike Elko could not have scripted it better.
No, he couldn't have. I guess perhaps you'd have kicked out the 3 and out and settling for a field goal, but that's being real nitpicky when your quarterback is 13 for 13 and spreading the ball around. I mean, you've already had 6 different Blue Devils catch a pass. And again, the ball hasn't hit the ground. That's tough to do on air.
Ball at the 18, and Mathis's throw beyond the reach of Anderson, incomplete. Okay, so if you're Stan Drayton, as good as it's been for Duke, and you see the disparity in total yardage here, it's been that much of a fight now for a guy who, like Elko, is trying to infuse a lot of momentum to a program that, quite frankly, Roddy, has not had it recently.
Yeah, there hasn't been much rhythm offensively, and then defensively they've been picked apart. But you just need something good to happen. They get the ball first in the second half, so if you can get points on a drive and then a stop before halftime, you can start to cut into this deficit.
Jordan Smith, the tight end, in motion. They're going to dump it, and this is Jakari Norwood, and he will be tracked down. Shaka Hayward was involved, of course, for the Blue Devils. And Duke also got some pressure from another defender as well.
It's a good job setting the edge, but these 3rd and longs have been really tough for Temple. Duke's been able to collapse the pocket a little bit, and they've shown some looks that have forced them to get the ball out quick.
Here's Mathis, 3rd and the full 10. Looking right, throwing right, and short and incomplete. Looking for Barbone, the intended receiver. And Pickett was there in coverage for the Blue Devils. So another 3 and out for Temple on their 5th possession.
It was the right idea, just not great execution on the throw. It's just a little low. If he drives that ball and gets it up near the shoulders, I think Barbone has a shot. But it just hasn't clicked. It seems so disjointed for Temple in this game. You got to give credit to Duke because every throw has been contested, it seemed like. But Temple not even getting anything going.
So here is Mackenzie Morgan. Another one of those products of Pro Kick Australia. He is from Trigg in Western Australia. And he will deliver it to Calhoun, who offers the fair catch, and Duke will take over around its 30 when we continue. Blue Devils.
Wallace Wade Stadium, Duke up 24-0, and they're being led by quarterback Riley Leonard. And guys, down here on the Duke sideline, I've seen frequent communication between the starting quarterback and offensive coordinator Kevin Johns, who said his purpose for being down here on the field was that communication with Riley. They're talking coverages, pressures, reiterating to Riley he has the keys to this thing, and he wants him to go forward with that confidence.
First down give, thanks Taylor, is to Moore, who makes 2 guys miss and has a first down. Jaquez Moore with a little bit more under the hood than your normal car.
Well, I see what you did there. I just like that Jaquez Moore, aware of the unblocked player. He gets a DB in the hole trying to tackle him, and he's got something for him, Wes. That was the spin move off. And Riley Leonard had an opportunity, had a chance to do the only thing he hasn't done today, which is throw a block. Might have sprung more for a touchdown, but I'm not going to blame the quarterback, you know. Was carrying out his fake downfield.
Yep. Nonetheless, 1st and 10, Duke 42-yard line. Mark delivers the snap. Here goes Moore. Look at this. He split a couple of white shirts and falls forward for a couple. And Kobe Wilson makes the stop. Young sophomore linebacker from outside of Atlanta. Played at Parkview High School for a terrific coach, Bill Godfrey, down there. He's got a brother who played at Akron. There's a look at Wilson, who's a terrific recruit from the Atlanta area to go to Temple when the former coach Rod Carey was there. 2nd down and 9 for the Blue Devils. Trouble for Leonard, throws near side the catch, and this is Pancol. 1st down inside Temple's 40-yard line for Eli Pancol. McGee, the linebacker, made the stop on another fine throw from Riley Leonard.
How about the poise of Leonard? I mean, right tackle gets beat off the jump. Leonard knows he's got to get the ball out. He's going to take a hit. Still delivers an accurate pass. And then these Duke players, a bit slippery tonight. Getting past the Temple defenders.
He's tied the mark, 5th in terms of most consecutive completions in a game, including the last Blue Devil to reach 14 was Anthony Boone in 2013. Here is Jaquez Moore on the carry. The record, by the way, was set in 2010 and in 2000. Sean Renfrey in 2010 completed 16 passes against Navy. One of 2 Blue Devils to do it.
And the names that you've just thrown out, Anthony Boone, Sean Renfrey, you come closer to this timeline and you're talking about Thomas Sirk and Daniel Jones. They've got to get back to that level of quarterback play.
Thaddeus Lewis is on this list too, by the way. Here's the throw, Leonard, and trying to go to Pancol, and that's going to get a flag on Temple. Looked like Pancol had squared up, and Dominique Hill's going to be tagged for the 2nd time tonight, Roddy.
There's not much the DB
Pass
could do there.
Defense, number 21. 15-yard penalty and an automatic 1st down.
It's tight coverage, and it is pass interference, there's no doubt. There's not a lot the defensive back can do. I mean, he's going full speed with his head turned. Pancol goes over the top to try and catch it. At best, you can ask the defensive back to turn his head and try and make a play on the ball, but even then he runs into the receiver. Maybe he doesn't get called, but it's a pretty good execution by the quarterback and receiver.
So 1st and 10 off the 24.5. Here's Leonard to his right, and he'll take the sack. Darian Varner, the sack leader a year ago for the Owls, registers one here, and we get a little extra 5 and dime after the Varner sack of Leonard back at the 35.
This is the first mistake that Riley Leonard's made. The pocket's actually pretty good, and he decides to try and escape, runs right in to the defensive end. That's one he's going to want to have back. If he climbs there, then he's going to have time to be able to get the ball downfield. And then, a little misunderstanding. Andre Harris coming to the defense of his quarterback.
Andre Harris, a grad transfer from Arkansas State. He and Darian Varner way past the echo of the whistle. 2nd now and long. Leonard up in the pocket and scurries out. Ooh, kind of an awkward fall at the 31 as Kobe Wilson was arriving. Leonard is, you say this about every quarterback, but Riley Leonard's 6'4". Roddy, he's more of an athlete looking guy. He's not overly big at 6'4", 212, right? You follow me? I mean, should he get in the weight room? He already is in the weight room. But you follow me here? He doesn't have that big-bodied quarterback build.
No, but he's still a young player, and there's going to be opportunity for him to develop that.
Got a terrific arm, though. Third down and long here for Leonard. And there's another tackle in the backfield. Leighton Jordan's made 2 plays behind the line here in this first half for Temple. That's a great stop to force 4th down.
Little surprised Duke was that conservative on that 3rd down, because if you get down, I mean, you can also get further into field goal range. But I think, you know, it's an opportunity the way your offense is played. If you got to 4th and 5 or so, you're thinking about going for it.
Charlie Hams, by the way, his career best is 50 against Northwestern a year ago.
They have a chance for that here.
The longest he's ever attempted is 56. And Temple took the timeout. Mike Elko checked in. Don't forget, after we're done tonight, ACC Huddle After Dark, Roddy. Complete breakdown, interviews, players and coaches. Good to see they got a wide receiver on the set to go with a lineman and a QB.
I just like the fact that it's all offense, you know? Even Jordan bringing the offense.
Well, Cornette's a block shot guy.
That's true.
So that's defense, right? Yes. Cornette's in charge of defense.
Oh, he's point guarding that thing. He's dishing it out. But
Manuel, McLean, Eddie Royal.
You got to school Eddie. No ties on the after dark portion, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, there are no ties. No ties after dark. That's right. Temple timeout. Charlie Ham's going to come on here. Told you a year ago, 50 yards against Northwestern, 56. His longest attempt. He was 5 of 10 from 40 or more. He has made his last 2 from beyond 40. And this is just over 50. Kick by Ham away, and it is no good. Just off to the left with 1:17 to play.
So if you're Temple, you got your stop. Now you got to get your score.
Well, in talking with Commissioner Jim Phillips, we've already told you it is a big opening week 1 for the ACC. 2 ball games last week. Roddy saw Florida State, a big win. Of course, Carolina beat Florida A&M. Tar Heels right back at it tomorrow at noon, Roddy.
Yeah, they are going to App State, and let's just say those fans will be very, very excited to see the Tar Heels come to town. It's a good App State team, but some real showcases for the league.
Jakari Norwood, the running back for Temple. Here's a throw on the perimeter, and the catch is made by Donicus Sanders, his 2nd catch of this first half. As the Temple drive starts from the 33, and it produces a first down.
It's a really exciting game last night, Wes. The backyard brawl being back. Thought both quarterbacks had flashes of playing really well. Pitt's got some stuff to figure out, but it was a heck of a way to start the year.
Yep. DeJuan Mathis going to work here with 71 seconds to go. In trouble now, being flushed to his near side. And he will step out of bounds back behind the line of scrimmage. Dwayne Carter forced him out.
Enough to win the football game in a duel of quarterbacks.
By the way, MJ Devonshire never buys a meal again in Pittsburgh.
No, he does not.
Here is Mathis again. Rips it for Adonicus Sanders, and he'll be brought down to 49 under a minute to go. Nice strong throw here.
It was a very good throw. Now the question is, do you go for it if you're Temple? They're leaving their offense on the field. Excuse me, it's 3rd down. This is 3rd down. So of course they're going to go for it on 3rd down.
Yep. Clock starts, 45 seconds left. Here's Mathis looking middle of the field and dropped. Malik Cooper was the intended receiver. Redshirt freshman from Philadelphia, went to the same high school Samir Hagans of Duke did. St. Joseph's Brandon Johnson, 30 for the Blue Devils, was in coverage.
And again, close coverage for Duke. And Temple leaving the offense on the field here. You're down 24-0. If you're going to get back in this game, you've got to convert. You got to go 2 for 1. You convert on this, get points out of it, get the ball first out of halftime. DeJuan Mathis has looked good throwing the ball on this drive.
Hubbard's in the backfield with Mathis. Little wheel route to the perimeter, and a hit as the ball arrived with Shaka Hayward to force the incomplete pass.
It looked like that was going to be an easy pitch and catch for Temple, but the speed of Shaka Hayward to get through the trash and be able to get to the running back and break up that pass, it shows you why this guy was all ACC a year ago.
Yep.
And just the potential has been there. As good as he's been for Duke in the past, you just get the feeling watching there's another level that he's able to unlock. So he was able to do it his 5th season. That was a great point.
He is one of a couple guys, Roddy, you feel like that they can go one more step before they're done here.
Well, there's just the physical talent is undeniable. Now Duke's going to have a chance with a drive here.
Yep. All 3 timeouts left for Mike Elko. Leonard back across the middle. Catch is made. That's Jordan Moore. And another completion. That's 15 now for Riley Leonard, which ties him for 3rd now in terms of a school record for most consecutive completions in a game. He's now tied with Ben Bennett, who could really sling it, and Thaddeus Lewis, who completed 15 in a row against Northwestern. Ben Bennett did it in a night game at Chapel Hill in 1983 in a losing effort. First time they had lights at Kenan Stadium. They brought in portable lights in '83 for the Ben Bennett game.
Did they really?
Yep. He completed 13 or 15 in a row on the way to some crazy number like 4 and something.
I've seen fields with portable lights, and they are not always the most well lit. So amazing that he completed that many in a row and not being able to see.
Well, he might have been better to be fitted for a miner's hat when they brought the portable lights into Kenan. Duke in a plus field possession, starting at the Temple 49. 29 seconds left. Leonard looks up in the pocket, now going to bail here to the left side, and has room. 30, Riley Leonard 20, and brought down at the 14. Clock stops with 19 seconds left. Darraville the stop on a 30-yard run by Riley Leonard. No timeout for the Blue Devils off the 14 of the Owls. Leonard looks, and there's the first miss of the opening half. Trying to go to Jalon Calhoun at the near pylon.
Well, it was an excellent run by Riley Leonard. Gets pressure, and you see the athleticism, able to make the linebacker Kobe Wilson miss. Gets in the open field and makes Temple pay. And then I'll give him a break on that one. You make a guy miss, you get down the field, you're a little tired, the ball falls a little short. I'll give him a little bit of a break there. But you still have 2 timeouts. You can still use the middle of the field. You can still throw the ball short of the end zone and be okay.
Jordan Waters is the running back with Leonard. And now a timeout. You know what I was thinking a moment ago on the open field run of 30 yards? I see the basketball skill. I see the basketball skill.
Yeah, you
now.
kind of saw him when he got down there with Kobe Wilson. You kind of saw him with the little shake.
Yep.
Little crossover going up the sideline.
Well, been a heck of a half, Taylor, for Riley Leonard.
It sure has, and I'm sure it's been a heck of a half for his family as well, who's in attendance. I actually spoke with his dad, Chad Leonard, before the game, asked him if he gets nervous. He said, oh yeah, I get way more nervous than Riley does, but I told him that when we spoke in meetings this week, he seemed so composed and wise beyond his years, and his dad said, don't let him fool you. He's got some swag under there. All quarterbacks do, but his family ultimately very proud, beaming, seeing him perform the way he is so far.
Chad Leonard, by the way, was a basketball player at the Citadel, still holds the Bulldogs' single-game steals record. Had 7 against Clemson in December of 1994. Pretty good athleticism in the family. Here's Leonard out of the timeout. To his right, sailing one for the end zone, and overfires Pancole.
So that play took just a little too long to have another shot. If it's an on-time throw, then you're able to throw it to the end zone and get probably another play, another chance. But with 7 seconds left, you can't chance it, and they send out the field goal unit.
So here is Charlie Ham, who missed a moment ago from 51. This will be 32. He hit earlier in the half from 29. Snap high, got it down, and the kick is away. And no good for Charlie Ham. Pushed it to the right. So Duke turned away again on a missed field goal. So not all roses in the opening 30 minutes for Mike Elko's ball club here. With a couple seconds left, don't forget Sunday Best Coming up this weekend, 3 of the top early season matchups in each sport. Number 3 UCLA, number 1 North Carolina women's soccer at noon. Top 10 in volleyball, Ohio State visiting number 3 Louisville. And then in field hockey, number 1 Northwestern and number 14 Boston College. Sunday best on ACC Network. Every game also available on the ESPN app. And that'll be a touch of the knee, and Temple ahead to the locker room here, Roddy. Great first half, though, for Elko's Blue Devils.
It was a fantastic first half. He's going to be able to go in there and coach them hard. But the performance of his quarterback, Riley Leonard, 15 of 17, 239 yards and a touchdown, was certainly impressive. And I think defensively, he'll be pleased, only giving up 50 total yards in the first half. And I believe our Taylor Davis is with the head coach of the Blue Devils.
Thanks, guys. All right, Coach, offensive rhythm in that first half led by your quarterback, Riley Leonard. How would you describe that side?
Yeah, I thought they got in a good rhythm. I thought we moved the ball real well. I don't really like how we finished the half, the last 2 drives. We got to stay consistent and finish this game.
Your defense created energy in this first half, but I know you want to see them sustain it. What's your message to that side?
Yeah, just keep doing what we're doing. I think we had a good half. I think we held them in check. Got some things we got to clean up communication-wise, but we got to go have a big second half.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep, thanks, guys.
Taylor, thanks. Terrific debut so far in the opening 2 quarters of play for Mike Elko. Stay tuned. When we come back on the other side, we'll send you to our ACC Network studios. Jordan Cornette and the guys from ACC Huddle standing by. Reflective of the score. And that cannot be good news for Stan Drayton. Here is Ahmad Anderson off the goal line, trying to bring it out, going to the far side, being tracked down. And Anderson will be taken out at the 4-yard line. Unbelievable pursuit. DeQuan Johnson, Taylor.
Yeah, guys, I spoke with Stan Drayton at halftime, and he described the first half as sloppy play. He said it's too much evaluation and hesitation. He said, I want to see my guys cut it loose. I want to see them have some fun. Now, in the second half, he really wants to see that run game come alive. He said there's been far too many missed assignments in the run game, opening up the door for TFLs for Duke. So he said, overall, just a cleaner operation and less self-inflicted wounds. But these are growing pains and something he gave confidence to his team about.
Yep, here is DeJuan Mathis with Edward Sadie, the running back, and looking to throw on first down. The Blue Devils are chasing him and got batted away on a ball. Looked like he was trying to throw it back across. Did R.J. Oben get a hand on that, Roddy?
I believe he did. One of the defensive linemen did. Going back to that kickoff return, though, Wes, there's a couple of poor decisions on kickoff return, bringing the ball out of the end zone. And then that one, trying to get out wide, Ahmad Anderson wasn't able to do anything. I mean, you're starting the first drive of the second half on the 5-yard line. It's not the way you want to draw it up.
Yep. So after the deflected pass, second in the full 10 for Mathis. And they're just going to hand the ball to Sadie, and he will get 3 to the 8-yard line. And that'll leave 3rd and 7 after Mausi made the tackle for the Blue Devils. Of the things that you see, Roddy, from last year, and then, Duke comes into the ball game, they've lost 8 straight to close 21, right? And when you start looking at Duke on defense, we talked about Hayward, Carter, Jalen Stinson. Dorian Mausi had some numbers last year in some games that kind of brought you to a point like, wonder what number 8's going to be like with a year, in Mike Elko's defense. Here's Mathis, another throw, this one onto the perimeter, and that's Barbone, the grab. He's going to be a yard short, I believe, of the first down. Well, they're going to call it a first down. They gave him the 15 on the throw. Wow. Crowd not happy at all with the generous spot, and Mike Elko fired up a touch.
I tend to agree with Mike Elko. When he caught that ball, he was on the 14-yard line and got driven backwards. I don't think he got anywhere close to the 15.
So a 3rd down conversion for the Owls. Their second of the ball game in 8 tries. Sadie gets the first down carry, and he will pick up toward the 24, gain of 9, and let's go back to the 3rd down here. Oh, we got the near side camera.
I mean, he comes down at the 14-yard line. I'm not gonna argue with them not reviewing this in a 24-0 game, but
right,
generous spot to say the least.
And there is Sadie falling forward on 2nd and short. And that'll be enough for the first down. And we've got an owl slow to his feet, and that is Adam Klein, who is a single-digit honoree, but because he is an offensive tackle, Roddy, amazingly cannot wear the single digit.
Put him in the single digit, you cowards. Change the rules. Wow. Change the rules and put him in a single digit.
Everybody else is wearing them all over the field, right? Yeah. On the perimeter, Sadie will pick up a couple. Falls to the 26-yard line. You know, it's the first thing I thought of this week when I was reading about the single-digit history at Temple. And Adam Klein is one, so is Isaac Moore. But there's Klein, who has the 2 jersey, as I recall, in the single digits. But he has to wear 74 because he's a tackle. But the thing about it is, we got single digits all over the place in college football, except the offensive line.
That's why I say, change the rules. Let offensive linemen have their day.
And here's the throw on the perimeter, trying to shake free Barbone. Another terrific tackle by Brandon Johnson, but a late flag comes in on the play, and it is a face mask on Duke, Taylor, the preliminary indicator.
Yeah, guys, I know we're disappointed about his number, but Adam Klein definitely a leader
Personal
for this
foul.
team.
Face mask. Defense. Number 5.
He was actually home for winter break, as the entire team was, when Stan Drayton was hired as the head coach. And I talked to Adam this week, and he said he immediately got in his car and drove back to campus on winter break and was the first player to meet the new head coach. He said it was important to him to make a good first impression and make sure Coach Drayton knew he had an ally in him.
Yeah, look, everything we've read and heard about Adam Klein is just a model leader for this football team in an important year, obviously, in Stan Drayton's administration. There's Mausi again on the tackle, on the keeper by DeJuan Mathis. I'd like to reiterate, Taylor, that some of us are a little more fired up about the single digit than others up here.
Let them have it, you cowards.
So, 2nd down and 7. Sadie has stayed in the ball game as the running back. They're going to hand it on the sweep, coming here to the near side of Donicus Sanders, the Georgia Tech transfer, and he'll be close to the first down. Took a big shot at the 48 of Duke by Jalen Stinson. Sanders has got to feel good here, though, Roddy, huh? His history in this place is pretty good.
It certainly is. Game-winning touchdown last year for Georgia Tech, and he's going to be a playmaker for this Temple team. He faces a 3rd and short.
Here is the 3rd and short. Sadie, the ball carrier, and nothing. In fact, they gave a yard or 2 back on the play. Shaka Hayward, first Blue Devil to the play.
I don't like that play call. Going simple inside zone on 3rd down. I think you're trying to catch Duke off guard. But if you're Temple, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't go for it. Stan Drayton's going to send out the punt unit. But then the short passing game has been pretty decent for him on this drive. DeJuan Mathis' legs are a weapon, especially on a 4th down. Stan Drayton opting to play it conservatively and get his special team some run.
The way the play was run on 3rd down, Roddy, I thought they had 2 plays there.
I thought so too.
Yeah. Mackenzie Morgan the punt, and Jalon Calhoun a fair catch just outside the 10. Blue Devils by 24. We're 5 minutes old in quarter 3.
A lot of people assume the NBA.
Which is in the Coastal Division. Mike Elko obviously being one of those 4. Add playing Temple and Stan Drayton, and 4 new coaches on the roster, or excuse me, on the schedule for Mike Elko.
Here's Leonard, quick throw on the perimeter, and a little shake and bake by Jordan Moore. And he will push it across the 20, a gain of almost 9 on 1st down. And here's a look at the remaining week 1. Of course, a heavy slate tomorrow. You see the 6 games there.
Tell you what, you circle those 3 games at noon. A lot of how the league is perceived this year will be decided tomorrow at noon o'clock. A couple of teams on the road at Group of 5 schools. I won't get on my soapbox here, but App and Eastern Carolina are excited for the NC State and North Carolina to be coming to town.
Can you offer me a thought after last Saturday in Tallahassee about what you expect Sunday night at the Superdome in New Orleans with Florida State and LSU?
Yeah, I think LSU is a great unknown, but the talent is undeniable. They're going to have one of the best defensive lines in the SEC, and that, I think, is where Florida State could be exposed some. That offensive line still isn't where it needs to be. But Jordan Travis looked in control, and their ability to run the football was impressive.
Here is Leonard on first down, and Riley Leonard will pick up almost 5 before Jacob Hollins makes the tackle.
I will say about Florida State, I expect that defense to be one of the best in the league. Now, who plays quarterback for LSU is a question. Can they cover Keyshawn Boutte is a question. But you look at what Jaden Daniels did at Arizona State. He struggled some in the spring when they changed his fundamentals, but he's a proven commodity in terms of throwing the football. And then if it's Max Johnson or Garrett Nussmeier, those guys have both played as well.
There's a quick throw and a catch by Calhoun for enough for the first down toward the 37. Took a big lick from Jalen McMurray. Roddy, I thought Jordan Travis looked great last Saturday. Now, I understand it was the Dukes of Duquesne, but Jordan Travis, that offense, the 3 running backs over 100 yards. Now, no Amari Gaynor Sunday, that's an issue.
Yeah, he's a rotational piece for them defensively at this point. Kalen DeLoach and Tatum Bethune are taking the first team snaps.
Right.
So it does hurt them from an overall standpoint, but it looks like they're going to get Maurice Smith back. So at least you get one of your offensive linemen back.
Here's Leonard, little soft shoe move to his left, and then the backside catch was made by Panko. I think it was intended for Moore, and Riley Leonard got away with an overthrow. 17 yards to Eli Panko here.
Not if you ask Riley Leonard. If you ask Riley Leonard, that's exactly where he was going with the football. Just gave his receiver enough time to turn around and see it. Question is, did he get his hands on it?
Well, apparently he did. They snap it. Here's Leonard. Long throw to the backside. And this is Calhoun breaking away down the far side and shoved out of bounds near the 25 by McCargo.
You know what? Some of this is just getting the ball in the hands of your playmakers. But this Duke team looks so much more athletic and fluid on the perimeter than they have in the last few years. Jalon Calhoun was on the roster. But things like that, just getting him the ball in space with an opportunity to make a play. We didn't see a lot of that the past few seasons.
Yep. Leonard from the gun here on 1st and 10 at the 25. That's Cole Finney, the tight end, in motion. Hand the ball to Coleman. And 7, almost 8 on first down with Jordan McGee riding his back. And I think we had a marker added to the play here. We did. Late flag drop. Right around the 17. Nate Black of the American is tonight's referee.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense, number 63. 15-yard penalty, the down counts, 2nd down.
A little extra. He called 61, I think was it 63, which is Jacob Monk.
A couple of 60s in there. 62 was in there as well. I believe that's Graham Barton.
Did Monk go for the, oh yeah, a little
something extra.
Pile duster there.
Yeah. Honestly, Jacob Monk cleaned up the pile. Looks like Nate Black's been cleaning up in the weight room.
Here's Leonard, and just offline for Panko. He thought he was interfered with by Clark. And that will be just the 3rd incompletion of the night for Riley Leonard. 19 of 22 now for just shy of 300 yards.
It's tight coverage. What you don't want to see if you're Kevin Johns, the offensive coordinator, Mike Elko, obviously the head coach for Duke, you don't want to see this offense get to a place where they're just sort of going through the motions and you start to get bogged down. You want to stay sharp. You made your halftime adjustments. You want to see them finish this drive.
Tight end, 3 receivers. That's kind of been the norm, the 11 personnel group here for Duke in this ball game. Here's Leonard, slip it to Waters. Tried to make a man miss inside the 25. Took on another white helmet at the 20. Did Jordan Waters. 14-yard play.
Now it's 4th and 4. You missed 2 field goals. I think Mike Elko, let's go for it here.
Yep. Offense is going to stay on the field. Oh, here comes the kicking unit with Charlie Ham, who has missed from 51 and 32. And this is going to be right at about 36. To try and make it a 27-0 ball game. On the near hash mark. and Charlie Ham pushes it right through. 27-0. Charlie Ham's 27-0. That's this week's edition of Westopedia, I guess, huh? Oh, we almost had a big man interception. Up the ladder went Anthony Nelson. Grad transfer from Harvard, Roddy.
Well, he diagnosed this play perfectly, dissected exactly where the ball was going to go. Unfortunately, the trajectory of the jump just a little bit off. But you know those Harvard guys, he'll be all over it again.
Temple from its 25. Been a difficult night for the offense of Stan Drayton in his debut. James Delapesca, the tight end, in motion. They get it on the perimeter. This is Hubbard. And he will pick up 5 to the 30. Aeneas Peoples, Roddy spoke of him earlier, playing in that front. I think that part tonight, we knew Dwayne Carter was a terrific player. Jamion Franklin has made some plays. R.J. Oben a play. We've seen V.J. Anthony tonight, but a little more depth maybe there, Roddy, than what we saw a year ago for sure.
Needed an ACC play.
There's a throw, and Barbone, did he hold on? He did. Terrific catch. Jose Barbone against the rookie Chandler Rivers for 16 yards.
A simple slant, one-on-one, a nice stem at the top of the route. What a catch. Snags it with the hands. DeJuan Mathis was under almost immediate pressure there. Delivers it in the face of it. And Temple, a nice third down completion.
Yep. So first down from the Owls' 46-yard line. Best pass play of the night for Mathis, who's now flushed into the near side, and this DeJuan Mathis can do. Gets out of bounds. It'll be a first down at the Duke 41.
Duke was fortunate that Mathis got forced to his right because Adonicus Sanders was on a deep over route going to the left side of the field and actually came open. But Duke has been impressive in a number of ways. I think their skill defensively, the linebackers and defensive backs have done a great job of closing, but the edge rushers have been able to create some pressure against this front.
29-yard play, or 29's in the last 2 snaps. That was a 13-yard run following a 16-yard pass. There's a big hit. Ball popped loose on the Dillon collision. And are they going to award it to Duke? They are. Scooped up by Datron Young, the grad transfer from Iowa State, after a massive hit by Cam Dillon.
This is set up by the secondary, defeating the block.
Home, kids.
It's a great hit, both by Cam Dillon and Datron Young. Create the turnover. Now Duke's going to snap the ball.
Yep, Blue Devils take over. 44-yard line. And here is Riley Leonard up in the pocket. Didn't have anything downfield, and he will slide as he breaks midfield to the 47. So it'll be a run of right at about 9 for Leonard and a yard shy of the first. We were never told a review was instigated there, Roddy, by referee Nate Black.
And look, if the replay official, who had the full commercial break to look at it, if he deems that there's not enough to overturn it, or he deems that the call on the field is confirmed, there's no reason to stop it.
Yep. So the play clock down to 6 here. Leonard's got 59 yards on 9 carries, by the way. He's Duke's leading rusher, and now we have procedure on the Blue Devils. Now some of the little unforced errors here
5-yard penalty.
are the teachable moments for Mike Elko and his staff as they, you know, have a successful opener and yet know next Saturday there in Evanston, Illinois.
Yeah, against a Northwestern team that just pushed Nebraska all over the field in the second half especially.
Here's Leonard avoiding the rush to his left, and he got shoved out of bounds, and that was McGee. Jordan McGee, the linebacker, and also Alex Odom.
You mentioned basketball and Riley Leonard playing basketball earlier. The way he was handling the ball might have been traveling if it was basketball, but this is football. You saw a little juke move, Get out to the perimeter, a little crossover. How about that?
I like it. McGee, by the way, got into the white before Leonard was hit. Jordan McGee might be lucky they didn't tag him with a penalty. Here's Leonard again, slipping it across the field, and that is Moore. And on third down, I think Duke is going to be just short here. Left-footed spot from the line judge.
You mentioned the sloppiness. Some of that's first game jitters, some of that's, you know, new tempo, head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback. But it is frustrating. This is a team that was absolutely humming in the first half. Only 3 points here in the third quarter. It's frustrating. You want to keep your team and teach your team and keep their foot on the gas when you got a team down.
4th and short for the Blue Devils. Waters has come in to the left hip of Leonard. And here goes Jordan Waters, and that's a first down.
Love that. That's an attitude play.
Yep.
It's a simple play, one that you practice a million times over the course of camp, spring, the offseason. It's blocked up well. See the center, Jacob Monk, guy who started a lot of ball for him, played tackle, played guard. Now he's at center. That offensive line being physical with that Temple front.
36th career start of for Jacob Monk tonight at the pivot. 1st and 10. Here goes Waters again, left side. Jordan Waters running through Temple defenders to the 24. 20-yard run, Roddy.
Well, it worked just a second ago. Let's get behind Jacob Monk in that offensive line once again. I'm not saying anybody could have run through that hole. Jordan Waters sure looked better than we would have been running through that hole. But that offensive line has been making the running backs look very good.
Riley Leonard's going to let this third quarter clock run out. Duke's going to take a 27-0 lead to the 4th period of play. Well, the script has been beautifully written for Mike Elko on opening night. He'll try and get it to the house next. Night program they had here a week ago.
Class of 26?
Yep, there you go.
As long as you don't take the scenic route.
Nicky Dalmolen, the tight end, his first catch of the night.
Some of us stick around a little longer.
Is that the deal?
Yeah, sometimes things happen and you're just there.
Well, we got guys, you know, we got some 7-year guys playing in the ACC this year.
Yeah.
That COVID bonus, hand out another coupon for a year, you know, those type deals.
Well, you get the original red shirt, the medical, and then the COVID year, and you end up being 30 in your senior year.
You were talking about the jersey number thing. How about those free years that were handed out? Huh? How about those bonuses? Right? 2nd down, and Riley Leonard on a terrific night for him. Going to keep it. Trying to find a blocker. Got a little help there. Graham Barton grabbed him and slung him up the field. Leonard got tossed around on the backside by McGee.
Play looked a little weird.
Yeah.
The way Riley Leonard skipped in the running back's track, it looked like it was supposed to be sort of a zone read or
what,
like a fake handoff, quarterback power, but Leonard just took off.
It also goes back to Taylor earlier in the game talking about Kevin Johns being on the sideline and the communication aspect of it. You're bound to have some blown call tonight, right? In terms of the communication to get these plays in. Here's Leonard looking left, throwing, and up the ladder went Panko and could not bring it in. Dominique Hill, the corner. Duke is just 1 for 7 tonight on 3rd down.
Yeah, that's going to be an area that they're not pleased with. The 3rd down execution hasn't quite been there. I like him going to the one-on-one. But I think ideally you'd like that to be a little more back shoulder than it was. It's a good play, though, on the defense by Dominic Hill.
38-yard try for Charlie Ham, who's 2 for 4 tonight. It's hit from 36 and 29. The spot on the 38-yarder, and the kick is perfect. Minute and a half into quarter 4 at Wallace Wade Stadium. Duke leads. Quincy Riggs, ACC Primetime Football, Louisville, Syracuse, all on ACC Network and always available on the ESPN app. I ask you, Rocket.
Yep.
Of the games remaining, which one are you most interested in seeing on the ACC ledger between now and Monday night at Mercedes-Benz?
Well, I think there's an obvious one on Monday night that I am very interested in, but Louisville-Syracuse is the one that I want to see, because after the top three in the Atlantic, Clemson, NC State, Wake Forest, the battle for that fourth spot is really interesting.
Sure.
I think Louisville's going to be excellent on the offensive side of the ball with who they've got coming back in the offensive line, obviously Malik Cunningham. But defensively, Monty Montgomery returns. They've got a linebacker transfer from Ole Miss, Momo Sanogo. I think that tandem could be excellent.
And the running back you've talked about too.
Yeah, Tyon Evans.
Tyon Evans. Here is DeJuan Mathis picking up 13 on first down. I'm gonna take NC State starting their journey in Greenville.
That's not a bad pick at all. Holt Nailers has been there for it. We had Holt Nailers against NC State in his first start of his career at Carter Finley.
That is right. 3 years ago. Actually 4 years ago, 19, right?
I think it was 18 actually.
19.
No, it had to be.
It was 19.
Yeah, you're right. That's on me. That's on me.
I hear you. So the Wolfpack has done and said all the right things.
Yeah.
Now tomorrow the journey starts for Dave Doran's team. Here, let's watch Mathis here after the first down run. Throw back across, and Chandler Rivers, the rookie, rakes it out of Adonicus Sanders' hands. Okay, Taylor, you're next.
Well, see, it's really tough to go last in these conversations because I agree with both of your picks. I'm really curious to see what Malik Cunningham can do at Louisville this year. But let's go ahead and talk Monday, why don't we? You know, Clemson, Georgia Tech, and obviously a lot of question marks for Clemson just in terms of what was last year. What is the future of Clemson? And as we all know, it's good for the league when Clemson's good. And obviously with the future looking the way it is in the landscape of college football, I think seeing Clemson either maintain prominence or kind of step aside and make room for someone else to take that spot.
There's a team on the other side of that game, Taylor.
I knew that was coming. Look, he's got a ball on the ground.
Yeah, we do. Mathis was trying to hand the ball to Trey Blair, and Duke has come up with the second turnover of the ball game. Jamion Franklin knocked it loose, and Nick Morris with the cowboy collar on comes running out of there too, but Franklin came up with the rock, Roddy.
Tell you what, Jamion Franklin, that is the peak of human physique right there. Love the big guy in the middle. Somewhat of an unforced error. Not somewhat, it is an unforced error by DeJuan Mathis on the handoff. Second time we've seen the ball on the ground on a quarterback running back exchange, just not on the same page. Duke comes up with the turnover.
Ball at the 34 plus territory start. Jamion Franklin, second year in the program, came over from Notre Dame 2 seasons ago. Here's Leonard, and almost picked. Trying to go to Calhoun on the near side. And Temple got a hand in there. The Brenvin Scott. This was not a particularly good offer from Leonard.
No, and you've got Scott kind of hanging out. He gets a good jump on Leonard's eyes, probably a little bit quicker than Riley Leonard anticipated him being getting out to that throw. This offense has been really sloppy in the second half, uninspired in the second half.
310 yards tonight for Leonard. Here's another throw. This is Calhoun on the perimeter, up the side, and he will have, I believe, the first down. Yes, at the 21-yard line. Well, Mike Elko talked about turnovers this week. They had 10 red zone turnovers a season ago. You see the -7 turnover margin. Roddy, that's nowhere indicative of the damage the turnovers did to Duke.
No, it's not. And Duke, the past 4 seasons, has been in the bottom 3 in the conference in turnover margin. Finished 15th in 2020. It's the only year we've ever had 15 teams in the ACC. So getting that corrected is certainly something that Mike Elko will want to do.
Coleman with a hole. 15, bounces through, inside the 10, first and goal. Beg your pardon, Jaquez Moore, the sophomore from Live Oak, Florida. And Scott, another stop out of the Temple secondary as we go inside of 12 minutes to play.
You get a little bit of penetration from the defensive end. You bounce it outside. These running backs have done a pretty nice job today. The offensive line, I think in the run game in particular, has opened up some holes, but Jordan Waters, Jacquez Moore, Jalen Coleman have all shown some wiggle.
Leonard on the first and goal play inside the 10. And Coleman, or Moore again, leans forward for a couple. Kobe Wilson, the linebacker, helping out on the stop.
You know, Wes, going back to the turnover piece that we just talked about, that turnover margin thing is something that's plagued Duke, but also this offense has led the league in turnovers the past 3 seasons. So even when they've been pretty decent at getting them, they've turned the ball over a ton.
They had 23 a year ago.
It's unbelievable. And the year before that, they were turning it over at an astronomical rate. I believe they had more. I think they had 29 that year.
Right. Here's Leonard. Jontavius Robinson, the catch at the 5, and he'll be brought down. Junior from Gray, Georgia. Robertson, 17 catches a year ago, playing in his 24th career game tonight. That's his 22nd career catch for the Blue Devils.
And Riley Leonard's done a nice job of taking care of the ball today. The one pass that we just saw, really the first one that he put into grave danger. But if the quarterback, if Riley Leonard can be that stabilizing factor, and they can hold on to it, they had a ton of fumbles last year, this Duke offense should be pretty decent.
Now we got movement in the offensive line. I think that might be on 82 Finney, the tight end on the left side.
Ball start. Offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
They have had too many of those tonight.
Yep. But that is, how much of that is reflective of first game, though?
Yeah, a lot of it's first game, especially because after that first game, you get the punishments for the penalties. I don't know what they are for Duke. Every team's got them, though.
What were yours?
Oh, up downs. 5 up downs for every penalty. Unless and it really kind of went per yard.
Yeah.
Like an up down a yard.
There's Leonard throwing end zone. Oh, Panko, did he hold on? He did. What a great catch, Eli Panko. Sometimes it's your night.
Back in the day, Wes, that'd be a nominee for a segment on a morning show. Unbelievable catch by Eli Panko. Great concentration.
Oh, you're kind to remember. What a night for Leonard. 25 of 30, 336 and 3. Look at this one.
Of course, this is going to be reviewed. How about Panko getting one hand up to it to bring it where he could corral it?
Oh,
it's coming back.
They're taking it off the board.
They're taking it off the board.
Jalen McMurray was there defending. Watch the control and the feet.
The question is, where are his feet when he has control? He has control now. That left foot is off the ground. The right leg comes down on the line. So this one, as acrobatic and as impressive as it was, it is going to be taken off the board.
And again, the catch is terrific, but does he have control when that foot hit the ground? And the answer is no.
No, the left foot's on the ground when his left hand first contacts the ball.
Yep.
But it comes off when he's able to secure it with that right hand. And then the question is, does he come down in bounds? Obviously, it does not.
Yeah, they're gonna take this one away. Some kind of catch by Panko, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. Yeah, if you one-handed it with your foot in, then you get the touchdown out of it.
McMurray, by the way, Jalen McMurray, one of those single-digit guys and one of the real leaders. Young guy, though. Redshirt freshman to win one of those single digits at Temple as a redshirt freshman says a lot, as it does for Adonicus Sanders, by the way, too, Roddy. Crowd looking here on the video board.
Right
Temple now realizes that
therefore is an incomplete pass.
It's an incomplete pass.
It's 4th down.
There you go.
Just glad we were eased in slowly to the replay reviews this season. That was an easy one for us. It won't all be that easy.
Here's Charlie Ham. This will be a field goal right at about 26 yards. He's hit from 36 and 38 in this half. There's the spot, and the try from Ham. He missed it. Too steep to the left. So 9:28 to play in the game. It's still 30-0 Duke.
Holy Dr. Pepper.
Blue Devils from the start tonight with Roddy Jones, Taylor Davis, Wes Durham. Alex Farmartino is our producer. Corey Huffman is our director tonight. Really terrific ACC Network crew. We appreciate their hard work tonight as we bring you the debut of Mike Elko as the Blue Devils head coach. Temple's gone to Quincy Patterson now, the much traveled quarterback. In to run the offense for Stan Drayton, and Jakari Norwood gets him started. There is a look at QP from Blacksburg, and then Fargo. Roddy, right?
Yeah, a guy that got starting experience at Virginia Tech, transferred to North Dakota State, started the first 7 games for the Bison last year, got himself a national championship. So got replaced by Cam Johnson, but a guy that has had some success at multiple levels.
Yep. So 2nd down and 7 it is for the Owls. With under 9 to play, Patterson delivers a shot across the middle to Ian Stewart, the Michigan State transfer. 7 career games in East Lansing for Stewart, only 1 catch. But he's on the board for Temple tonight with a 1st down grab to the 35.
Good job of Patterson working from his initial read back to Stewart. Shooting it over the middle, getting a completion.
Quincy Patterson can shoot it down the field now.
Yes, he can.
That's Stewart in motion from the near side for the Owls. And Norwood going to crank up the run game here. The Deerfield Beach High School product will pick up 5 to the 40, and the clock moving here in quarter 4. Well, these teams combined have lost 15 straight games. Duke lost their last 8 a year ago. Temple lost their last 7 of the 21 campaign. New coaches here tonight. Stan Drayton, of course, a terrific resume in terms of his stops and his successes. Here is Norwood trying to get to the perimeter, and he is tracked down. That's Michael Reese, who has a couple starts under his belt as a Blue Devil. Top 25 recruit from Nashville here in Durham.
Stan Drayton would like to see nothing more than his offense get something on the board.
Yep.
Not able to climb back in this game. Avoiding the shutout just gives you some positive momentum going into next week against Lafayette.
Yep. So here is Patterson, 3rd and short. They're going to hand the ball on the sweep, and this is Cooper, and he will have the 1st down to the 49-yard line. And a fresh set of downs coming for Temple, shy of midfield. But here are the guys that Stan Drayton has worked for. Urban Meyer, Jim Tressel, Luke Fickle, Tom Herman, Philip Fulmer, Mike Sherman, and John Fox.
This is a guy that's been under a lot of great minds and has picked pieces from all of them. A guy that's been as highly touted a position coach as there is in the country. We'll see him get this opportunity.
There's a throw overthrown as Stewart. And Taylor, I got to be honest, I enjoyed our visit with Coach Drayton and his coordinators this week too, to find out more about what their plans are.
I did as well, and even speaking with Coach Drayton here today, I mean, we asked him what this moment was going to be like. Like I said in the open, 28 years in the making, and he got emotional during our meeting, specifically thinking about people like his wife Monique and his father, who unfortunately isn't here to see him reach this milestone. But this has been a long time coming, and someone who really feels he's living his dream now.
Yeah, and it's nice to see. And there's a toss. Patterson trying to go to Norwood, and off the hands of Jakari Norwood. Here comes a 3rd and long play. And here's the other thing too, Roddy, you sense the alignment from President Wingard, Arthur Johnson, the athletics director, and Stan Drayton, the football coach. And if you need anything in college athletics right now at a place like Temple, who's trying to rebound and all the volatility we got going on, you got to have that.
Yeah, you absolutely do. And They certainly appear like they have it.
And it's been a hard road for these Owls. Here's a throw off the hands of Cooper, and then on the backside, within a whisker, was Johnson with the pick.
And Wes, just talking about the decision to hire Stan Drayton, it's not the easiest decision. I mean, so often head coaches, and particularly head coaches of color, get kind of bogged down in being a position coach, having never been a coordinator, and that could be used against them. Stan Drayton, a guy that coached running backs for the majority of his career, but Arthur Johnson seeing the vision where he's been, being convinced, buying into the man. I commend them for doing that, and I hope Stan Drayton has a lot of success.
Yeah. Bouncing punt for the Owls, and Duke will keep away from the football that's whistled dead at the 19, and we continue with more in a moment. Broadcast from here at Wallace Wade, and Gavin Spurrier, yep, that's right, is in the ball game to run the offense. And this is the grandson of the HBC into the ball game. There he is. This is Steve Spurrier Jr.'s son. You see the senior now working on a master's in management studies.
And it wraps the day up. First off, the Huddle Boys, they're working the Huddle Boys this week. I mean, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I don't know. I heard Mac broke 90 today playing a little put the peg in the ground out there in the Constitution State.
I said they were working hard. I said they were working.
Mac and Iche had a little two-man Ryder Cup going in Connecticut, I heard today. I don't have any highlights apparently for the Huddle After Dark.
Nothing. See, this is why you're the mayor. You're connected. You're so connected.
I just checked there.
Every golf course in the ACC.
No. This was in Connecticut.
It's ACC. Go a little further north, you're at BC.
Yeah. So shout out to those guys, able to get the peg in the ground in September. Huh? Yeah. By the way, Roddy, you put the peg in the ground this week, huh?
For the first time all year.
How'd that go?
Pretty well for me.
Okay.
We were net positive on balls lost on the day.
I don't know who had the bigger weekend. You playing golf. Taylor was in Oregon with Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
Covering Nike high school stuff. I mean, unbelievable what you guys have been doing. Here's Allen on the carry. And the clock inside of 4 minutes. And I think it is going to be just short here. So 4th down coming up, Taylor.
I mean, you had to throw out that Bo Jackson encounter, so you know I'm going to add on that. Yeah, I was out at the Nike headquarters in Oregon covering the NFL and Nike's first ever Nike Kickoff Classic. It's an effort to promote high school athletics and kind of give them an opportunity to shine. It was a really cool opportunity to go out there. Maybe some guys that will be covering an ACC ball in a few years.
Tell the truth. Taylor wins, by the way. That's much better than you playing golf. Timeout in Durham.
Auto owners
campaign.
Got a question for the Westopedia in just a second.
Here is first down give, and this is Sadie trying to work back up the field. Got a yard or two.
Obviously, shutout against NC Central is impressive. It's impressive to shut anybody out. But Westopedia, when was the last time Duke shut out an FBS opponent?
Last time they shut out an FBS opponent was November 18th, 1989, 8 miles away at Kenan Stadium. In his last game, Steve Spurrier beat Mac Brown 41-0, and that is known as the scoreboard game in these parts, and actually those parts too. The story goes, Spurrier took his entire Duke team after the game over to a portable scoreboard they had in the corner of Kenan Stadium, and they made a team photo in front of the scoreboard with the numbers still on.
Of course they did.
Now, you who have won a game in an enemy venue knows how fast the scoreboards get turned off.
Turned off real quick.
That's one of the reasons.
There you go. You will not get that picture.
By the way, Duke's last home FBS shutout, November 11th, 1978.
Who was that against?
Wake Forest. Throw to the perimeter, and the catch is made. And that's Trey Blair with under 2 minutes to go out to the 44 for a first down.
Tried to hit that play earlier on a third down. Shaka Hayward was having none of it. Shaka Hayward not in the game right now, so get the completion. I did have another question for you this week.
Okay.
I gave you some homework.
Yeah, you did.
Said Duke is on its 22nd head coach, Mike Elko, being that 22nd head coach. Which ACC team has had the most head coaches? That was my question to you, and so I guess this is our unsponsored trivia question.
And you see Quincy Patterson get the first down with 1:28 to play. I went back and looked this up. Now, the number of coaches is basically determined by how old your program is, right?
Of course.
Okay, so the oldest programs in the ACC are Pitt, Syracuse, and UVA, who have all played 132 seasons of football. Virginia has had 40. Tony Elliott is the 40th head coach in Virginia history.
Wow. Cycling through him.
Yeah. Here is Patterson, threw it up for grabs, and it's going to be caught. And the catch is made. Unbelievable grab. And Adonicus Sanders comes back to haul down what for a moment looked like a Duke interception in their third turnover.
Adonicus Sanders just wanted it more.
Yep.
Comes back, elevates, makes the reception.
So second down with a minute to go for Temple. Here's Patterson looking right and sails it out of bounds, stopping the clock with 52 seconds left, looking for Sanders. I did go back, though, and look. Not far behind is Pittsburgh, who's had 36 coaches in their history, and so has Boston College.
Has had how many?
36.
Didn't have Boston College pegged as a carousel of
Boston College is playing their 124th year of football. Pittsburgh, obviously, with Syracuse and Virginia, the older programs, if you will, in the ACC.
There you go. Wikipedia, folks.
Sadie is the running back. Third down and short here. And here is Patterson from the pocket, incomplete, trying to get Barbone on a crossing route. I don't know that Mike Elko could have asked for a better night.
I think he could have asked for a little bit more production on offense in the second half, but defensively, this was he looks thrilled right now. Defensively, this was a team that was last in the conference, gave up 516 yards per game a year ago. They've given up 179 so far today.
Right.
They've played fast, they played hard.
Here's Patterson. And that ball should have been picked. Merrill was there in coverage. Dylan Merrill, a redshirt freshman from Alpharetta, Georgia. And here's a look at the schedule we told you about next Saturday at Evanston.
The trip to Evanston looks a lot more menacing than it did about a week ago this time, with Northwestern absolutely bludgeoning Nebraska in the second half. But you look at trips to Northwestern and Kansas, and those, for a program where Duke is, those should be ones that you expect to go out and get. But Northwestern and Kansas are much improved. Say what you want about the Jayhawks. That was a team that played much better under Lance Leipold last year. And then because Wake Forest is on the schedule with Pitt and Miami, you get 3 ranked teams out of the conference. The question is, where does this Mike Elko team go from here? How do they play against an offense that's going to give a little bit more of a look, be a little bit more together? But today, it's all about the excitement. Mike Elko getting his first win of his career. Congratulations to the new Duke head man.
Yep. And he does it convincingly. 30-0 the final. 2 first-year head coaches squaring off here tonight. These two teams will wait 6 years before they play the back end of this series. 2028 is where it sits on the schedule.
And if I had
Duke and Temple.
If I had to wager, this Temple team, both of these teams would be in much different places. Stan Drayton certainly has his work cut out for him with what he's got on the field, but Mike Elko's got to be excited, and now he's with Taylor.
Thanks, guys.